Hello, the cod fishing has started again, and so I thought I'd be doing a video on one of the rigs that you'll be using. Cod fishing can be done on sandy beaches, but a lot of it is on rougher ground like boulder beaches or off rocks. So I'm going to show you a kind of rotten bottom rig, so that if your grip lead gets snagged, you can get the rest of your rig back. So what you want is this much line and that size swivel. Just tie that on. The knot I use is turn it once so it's a loop like that and turn it a few times. Put it through that loop that you've made, put it through again and pull. Remember to cut the tag end off, but not so much that if the knot slipped the fins will come undone. So yeah, about that much. Then you want to get three-way swivel, same knot, came undone. I'm using 50 pound here, so it's harder to knot, but I'm using it because of the snaggy ground, so you don't want this part to snap instead of your weaker point. And yeah, so just cut this. So that's the first part of the rig. Okay, so I've gone and got a weaker piece of line, which is about 8 to 10 poundish. So you wanna, here's the line that you've already tied on, go to the opposite side, put the line through the eye of the swivel, same knot, I just use the same knot for everything. And just pull that tight. Put the tag on, tag end off again. There you go. And then tie. A swivel with an ending on it, which connects to a drip lead. So this one. Tie that onto the end of the fin line. For this rig, for cod, on snaggier ground you don't want to be using grip leads because they'll get stuck in the rocks easier. And basically what a grip lead is it's something like, if I can undo this swivel, something like this. It has little legs on it that you push up like that, and if you're on a sandy venue where you want to stay put rather than roll around in the tide, that'll stick into the sand and it won't move the rig. But on rockier venues you want something like this, but way bigger, about 4 to 5 ounces. Then after you've done that, you get this and you go to about what's that one? You only use this 20 pound. You don't want a long hook leg, not hook leg, you want a long hook link. And then tie that onto the remaining swivel part, which is the middle one, and just same that again. For cod, you can if you want to, but I don't use any beads or sequins, because for cod you're usually fishing in muddy water, so you want to have more scent than stuff they can see. Then you can either use this like a pennel rig, or I'll just use one hook. I don't believe in using massive hooks, just one that will do the job, because I'll just be using a bit of, probably a few lug or squid and mackerel, or just squid, or any other oily fish baits. Tie that on the same knot. If the knot's coming together, don't burn it, just put a bit of spit on your fingers and dab the line with it where the knot's coming, and then that shouldn't burn the line down. Cut the tail end off, and yeah, that's your rig. It's kind of like the rotten bottom, so you don't get stuck in snaggy ground, but yeah, there's no stuff that you have to buy or something that will snap off and you have to set it every time. It's just easier to use. If you want this to snap easier, this part, put 3, a little bit further up actually, put 3 little overhand knots, so one, 2, and 3. If you can see them, you can see 1, 2 and 3 just there. And yeah, that's an easier rig to use on snaggy ground than your standard rotten bottom rig. So if you like this video, like, subscribe and watch the next one.